Hello everyone and welcome to this week's reviews. A highly anticipated movie featuring one of the world's most popular superheroes is finally here. But first I want to talk about an animated film that was released on Netflix last week. Centering on animals who escape a Sydney zoo and try to get back to the Outback, this is, well, back to the Outback. At the start of the film, this felt like it would turn out to be a mildly entertaining but otherwise middle-of-the-road talking animal picture. The movie immediately jumps you in and the dialogue felt a tad on the cutesy side. However, once the story and the themes started to kick in, I actually got quite into it, and directors Claire Knight and Harry Cripps do a number of creative things with these animals. I like this concept of the animals, especially a snake named Maddie, feeling upset at being perceived as monsters because of their abilities. The film obviously reminds us that her venom is deadly, so children don't assume these snakes are safe to go near, but I like how the film explores the contrast between her personality and what she's capable of doing. The other animals on her quest, like a funnel-web spider and a scorpion, also manage to leave an impression and stand out. They're also joined by a celebrity koala, and there are plenty of good jokes based around how highly he thinks of himself. Another element that works quite well are the antagonists. Instead of making them standard villains whose motivation is simply catching the animals, there's a lot more to them, and they become enjoyable characters with their own solid arc they go through. The humor works more often than not, and I got some good laughs throughout the movie. One highlight was a shark they meet, who is voiced by Rachel House. The designs on the animals are unique and help Back to the Outback stand out from other computer-animated films about talking animals, and the background artist did a lovely job of depicting Sydney and the Australian Outback. Overall, Back to the Outback is a solid animated adventure with likable characters and plenty of charm. Next up is the latest adventure of Marvel's iconic web-slinger as he faces off against some familiar villains. Here is my non-spoiler review of Spiderman No Way Home. I really enjoyed the last two Spider-Man movies with Tom Holland, as John Watts injected a lot of charm and humor into the proceedings. With this new film, Watts and Marvel take things to the next level. The storyline has an epic scope to it, and I also smiled countless times through the entire movie. It definitely has its serious and dramatic moments, and those are effective, but there's also a joy that runs through it, and I especially like the interactions Peter Parker has with the other characters. I like the friendship that has grown between Peter, Ned, and MJ, and the genuine trust they have for each other as they embark on this adventure. A big part of the marketing has been the integration of villains from other Spider-Man movies, and I found them to be really well utilized. The film is just as much an exploration of the villains as it is about Peter. When you get down to it, many of them become villains out of some accident, and this film is able to dig into the complexities of the likes of Doc Ock and Electro and the Green Goblin. The more dialogue-heavy exchanges between Peter and his rogues gallery from other universes are well written, and don't bog down the plot. It's also great to see actors like Alfred Molina and Willem Dafoe reprise these roles. There's a genuine affection from the filmmaking team towards the Sam Raimi and Mark Webb films, and they embrace them and even make you appreciate them just a little bit more. Spider-Man No Way Home also more than delivers on the action front, with some visually inventive scenes. One of the highlights comes from a sequence between Spider-Man and Doctor Strange, as it incorporates the trippy visuals of the latter's solo movie. The visual effects team definitely pulled out all the stops in bringing all these characters together. I don't want to say any more about the movie though, because I want you to see No Way Home knowing as little as possible. Overall, I think this stands as one of the best films in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, in addition to being one of the best Spider-Man movies. It's an enormously entertaining film that properly divides time between spectacle and character moments. Thank you for watching this week's reviews, and I'll see you next time.